Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q here. I've got some more for you today, and let's get started. Today, we begin to break down Attraction 41 questions. Today is question number 23. These can be found via podcast and video at YouTube channel, Holistic Healing Community by Susie Juravich. Do subscribe to follow this complimentary offering of how to tune in to attracting your desired goal, intent, or juicy, groovy new vibe. The question number 23 is this. What limited belief might you consider kicking to the curb and saying, bye bye? All right. So we got 10 different bye-byes to say today. Yes, we do. We're going to just start going down the list. And so number one, these are what limited beliefs can you kick to the curb and say bye-bye? Yeah. Who's ready to say bye-bye? Raise your hand. Yes. Everybody in the RV is saying yes. It's 100%. Number one, our first goodbye is kind of like goodbye. Okay, the first one is perfectionism. Yeah. Who's got time for that? Who even does that? I don't know. Okay, I've been doing this same video a couple times and I'm getting too chatty. So I'm going to get right to it. So we're going to say goodbye, perfectionism, and say hello to beginnership. To beginnership. Okay, and so I've got a book right here. This is by my coach, Linda Starr, out of Houston. The Genesis Formula, how to create anything you want as soon as possible. Whew. So why not be a beginner? And, instead of just staying in that place of perfectionism, and it seems like it might even be a little bit rigid. And when you're staying in that perfectionism, you might be missing all kinds of goodness kind of coming into your field, and you deny it because you're so perfect. Okay, so number two, we're going to say, bye-bye, people pleasing. Nobody got time for that. No, 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 no. No, we are not going to do the people pleasing. It's all about, get this, it's one word, no. I'm going to say it again, one word, no. So when people are asking you to do things, if you're used to kind of saying, yeah, or you don't know how to say no, it's just simple. Like, read my lips. No, I'm just saying no. Okay, it's just no. And so there's a couple different ways to do this. So we're going to say hello to being in your truth. And it could be as simple as saying no. Thank you for asking. No, I can't do that. Perhaps I might be able to do it 20 years from now. Lose my number. Or you could say, no, I can't do it. Thank you for asking. No, I can't do it, but I might have somebody that can help you. Okay, so we're going to say no to people pleasing, be gone, bye-bye, and hello to being okay saying no. Okay, number three is bye-bye, being right. Bye-bye, being right. Okay, what's up with that? Being right. Why don't we instead and say hello, come into my field now. This idea of curiosity. Remember when you were a little kid and you'd be out exploring and making, this is before kids had all these devices in front of their faces, when you're like curious, like, what's a rainbow? What's a cloud? What makes dirt? Is this earth? Is this planet? Is it flat? Or I don't even know. Anyway, but be curious. So we're going to say, welcome in curiosity. Welcome in neutrality. All right. Feel into that. That feels good. Okay. Number 4 is saying goodbye and holding on to mistakes that I've made. Okay. From there, we're going to say welcome into the field. Welcome and say hello hello to all these experiences that I'm having in my life. Mm, mm. And just, and again, it's going back into that state of neutrality. So, and it's also about being present moment aliveness. Like right now, do you hear the birds? I'm looking at a screen. I have a super shiny face. That's an assessment. There's birds outside. That's a grounded assessment. So we're going to say goodbye to mistakes that I carry, like my luggage. It's getting so heavy. And I say, welcome in right now to just having learning experiences in a real neutral and loving way. All right. Okay. Next one is saying goodbye to giving your power away. Okay. And what this has to do is giving your power away. We want to say hello to standing in your truth, who you are. Now, I've got one other little prop here is I created this goal book for 2018. There's me. And I did it back in December. So when people start taking your power away, I have got journals all over the place. I know exactly where I'm at, but I'm always open, to changing and adapting. I'm easily adaptable and can easily integrate into different circumstances and situations. However, I really know where I'm at and what I can do. And so giving my power away might have been part of the little Susie or younger Susie. But now the high vibing Susie is like, we're not doing that anymore. Okay. So we're going to say goodbye to giving your power away and saying yes and saying hello to staying with where you're at right now. Okay. So the next one is we're going to say goodbye, anger and resentment. Feel into that. We're going to say hello to forgiveness. So this is a tricky thing about forgiveness is sometimes you might go have some like you feel like you need to ask for forgiveness from another person, and you go knock on their door and like hello, and they come to the door and it's like, listen, I'm really sorry that that I took your red bicycle and I rode it around the block and I didn't tell you. Please forgive me. They're looking like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Who are you? I'm like, remember, I was your friend back when I was 5. Anyway, the point here is that forgiveness is a practice, and this came to my attention last night by a friend of mine, and we were talking about forgiveness, and basically forgiveness is when you're extending it out to another person as you just silently forgive them, because half the time if you go to them and say please forgive me, they don't even remember it. It was more etched in your own heart than the other person's. So this act of forgiveness is super powerful. It probably should have been number one. Okay, but this saying hello, and also that forgiveness also goes into forgiving your own self. Okay, and you can even do a blanket forgiveness, for any times I've have deserted little Susie Q, or that I've just made decisions that weren't in the best interest of little Susie Q. I forgive myself, and forgive anybody else there as well. So it's just a kind of a quiet practice, and forgiveness is so powerful. I do this almost every day in a quiet way. So, okay, the next one is we are on number 7, and we're gonna say goodbye to toxic people. Blech. Womp. Those are like womp, womp, womp. That's like yucky poop. So as there's been toxic people, for you to have toxic people in your life, it means that there's a part of you that maybe has some of that frequency at times. Okay. So we weren't going to say goodbye, bye-bye to toxic people, and say hello to frequency that now matches the vibe that I'm swimming in. So we really want to give attention to those high vibing, and it could be people, it could be the birds out the window, high vibing energies or frequencies that are matching your own. Let's focus on that and let go of these other ones that don't really match where you're at now. Maybe they did, 150 trillion years ago. They don't anymore. So you say goodbye to toxic people. Okay, and say hello to frequencies that match my vibe right now, and that feels good. Okay, so the next one is number 8. It's saying goodbye to control. Yeah, to be in control. That's boring. Ugh, it's so yesterday. That's an old paradigm, and we are done. That paradigm has collapsed, and we are saying hello to being in the flow. Hello to being in the flow. That's when we're in pure alignment. So the flow is, by being really contracted here and like, I got to control everything. It's like makes you all creepy. Anyway, but to be in the flow is when you're in pure alignment. And the pure alignment, for me, it's always about the body. Like, where is my body today? I am super shiny. I'm shiny. I got my lip gloss working on. But that is better. Look at that. Just saying goodbye to control and saying hello. Yeah, feeling it here. This beautiful flow I'm in. I've got the birds. There's like a bird show. It's like a bird circus right out this window. Anyway, so how's that feel for you? Who would rather be in control or be in the flow, baby flow? Okay, so number 9 is saying good luck. Good luck. I don't even know where that came from. Goodbye, ego. I couldn't even hardly say the word. I got all twisted in my letters and my sounds. So we want to say bye-bye, ego. Okay. So anybody here still have some ego? Well, I got like a little bit. But most of it has been lifted up and out of the system. So when we say goodbye to ego, we have an opportunity to say, yes, welcome in here. Saying yes to more love. Yes, more compassion, more empathy, more kindness, more understanding, more faith. So the ego, when we say goodbye, ego, that's making another person right or wrong, or just going into those totally ungrounded assessments, judgments, and we come back into, hey, we're all connected. And just as you're having a low vibing day, or Susie's having a low vibing day, we're going to lift her up. We're going to, we're going to give her more love. We're going to give her more compassion. We're going to give more trust and faith. We're going to actually even go into more wisdom, bringing that wisdom in. So when that ego says, I'm out of here, and then in comes all these other beautiful. And dignity is a big part of that too. So when we stay in that place, of releasing the ego and saying bye-bye, then these beautiful things kind of just fall in as like little raindrops, of more love, more compassion, more empathy, more wisdom, more intelligence, more dignity for all parties, everything, all existence, more dignity, more love. All right, so we have, I guess our next one is just our final one. I guess I've gone down this whole list. I don't even know. This next one has to do with saying goodbye to the past. Goodbye, past. Okay. And saying hello to being here now. Okay. And so when we stay in the past and to our, of course, if it's something that happened when we were 5 and now we're 6, even our memory is going to be off a little bit about what really was the truth. But we start making up a narrative or storyline, or somebody hands us a script. It's like, here, Susie, here's your script, this is what you're supposed to do the rest of your life. I mean, that's living in the past. So it's always about reevaluating. And these kind of gold books and things like this, and I have all these journals, staying really present, moment awareness, and being really here now. Here now. So saying goodbye to the past, goodbye past. Now, certainly some things are going to come back in to be released and to be processed and then sent to the light. I'll call it just boom, sending it to the light. But just to be present. So living in the past, living in old stories, living in the drama, living in the narrative and the scripts you've been handed by like 5 trillion people in all your lifetimes. You can say, be gone, be gone. Here I am now. Look how groovy I am. Look how juicy.